Alright guys, and welcome back to What Remains of Edith Finch. If you haven't watched any of the previous episodes, please make sure you go back and watch them. There is some beautiful story, some beautiful gameplay. I didn't even see this before, but Dawn's bed here lies empty with no mattress. Why? Let me just remind you, a sort of a quick recap. Odin, the founder, Walter the man underground, Sam the hunter, Kelvin the astronaut, Barbara the child star, Molly the cat, I think is probably the best way to describe her, Gus the kite pilot, and of course Gregory the dear little baby. Well, you guys need to go back and watch the previous episodes to know what's going on with them, but every member of Edith Finch, I'm playing here as Edith, every member of her family died somehow. And it is tragic, but at the same time, these are stories so wonderfully told. You need to go watch the videos. If you're not going to play the game, just go watch the videos. There's so many dynamic, different ways of playing a game involved in this. It's just, honestly, you'll know what I mean if you go watch them. Anyway, I think we've got to head up the climbing wall here.
The loft after her brothers died.
To find out the next chapter.
She could get.
I'm not sure at what point we may go left. Okay, here we go. Is there any more? No, okay, I thought there were maybe 2 levels I could climb to. Very dark. Now, one thing actually I'll point out is that Edie, all the way down there, and Sven, we don't know much about them. Sanjay, Milton, Lewis, are of course, I hope, are going to be the subjects of this video. Dawn and Sanjay. Oh, look on there. They see they're flying to India on that date. Dawn Finch, what do you have to say?
Houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Oh, Sanjay and Dawn are your parents. Oh, I didn't realise. That makes sense. And look at this very old computer. Oh, yes. Some of us will remember those, and phones which had cords attached to them, by the way. Nobody's been making that up. Oh, look at that. We've got a fire pole all the way down back into the bedroom. That's pretty cool. But
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
so who is Lewis? Lewis must be, yeah, Lewis Milton. Are my brothers, I think. Lewis will be my oldest brother.
My dad died. I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Oh God, Milton, Lewis, Mint, Thyme, Sage and Basil, Dawn. Okay, all Dawn. She had a lot of plots, but they weren't very successful. Edith. See the kids in the house again, and Milton here. You just like to stack things up. Let's see if we can find out a bit more about these guys.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
The house had to get a little bit bigger, so this became a tree house. It's amazing.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
They had a school on the 4th floor, or 5th. God knows how high we've come. Our family history, fact or fiction. Scientific method, observation, question, research, hypothesis, experiment, data, and conclusion. Absolutely. The cornerstone of every scientist.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Oh, God. 10th birthday. Looks like we can look through this peephole.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
A room full of paintings. Okay. Can we go into this room? Aha! Okay. I'm pulling on this just because simply I could. Oh, wow. And there's a whole new set of... I didn't realise there's more building over there. That's really cool. look at this. Okay, Milton. 1992. Let's just quickly check to 2003. 11th birthday. Let's see your story. But you seem like you are quite the artist. Look at that. Really, really talented. Alright.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh, is this like a little flick book? Oh, it is. Oh, that was really cool. What?
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Oh, he just disappeared. Oh, no. Okay. I thought that... Oh, well, do you know what? That's definitely the least tragic thing that I think we've witnessed in this game so far. Okay. So Milton wrote this book about disappearing and consequently disappeared. Wow. Quite the artist and clearly storyteller. What else have we got to surprise
Mom spent
us?
months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
What is this? Somebody had architected this grand building here. Doesn't look like we can leave this way. Alright,
Whatever
back we go.
found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Looks like we can head up to the left.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
Wow, this house looks like it's held together by pure magic.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Wow, I think he was a stoner. I just saw a poster in there that said legalize cannabis. I love that this room is made out of a boat. They got a boat up here into a tree and turned it into someone's room. It's incredible. How do I go in? Oh, there we go. Yeah, definitely.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Wow. Absolutely brilliant. This is the kind of room I spent most of my student life in. I think he's still got a little... Yep, there's still plenty in there. And, yeah, you see... Smoking gaming console. Oh, look at that. What kind of it? It's called a Wonderland
We spent a
Turbo.
lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
High school diploma. So he was a clearly well-educated man. Lewis Finch, locker contents. So, did he die at uni? He had a good rig. Dual monitors back then. That wasn't easy to come by. Dawn Finch. Oh, what is this?
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
What am I doing? I'm moving fish. Oh crap. Right, yeah, I'm decapitating fish. What do I do with... Oh, I have to throw that down there, do I? Oh my god. Oh, this is a nice job. I'm having to move this with the right stick. And then throw it up there. His mind began to what?
Wander.
Oh. Oh, look at that! I'm controlling this guy in a little room, and my right hand has to control the fish, while my left is controlling what looks like a wizard in a top-down RPG game.
I asked him to describe it.
Now this is multitasking.
Small.
He said he started small. I don't know what he's starting. This is brilliant.
Imagining a labyrinth.
Can I walk over here? Oh, this is really doing my head in. The fish is starting to pile up. I'm gonna have to get through this quickly. Okay, you got there. This is really this is difficult to do. No wonder his mind's losing it a little bit.
Feel his way about.
He'd feel his way about, she said. That's not the right way.
Then something moved.
Then something moved. Bats, really? Oh, wow.
And toads.
And toads. Okay, let's clear the fish, because I want to see more of the game up here. See, the game itself is making that hard to do. And toads. What the hell is this? That's a dragon. This is so bizarre. The fish are covering... I've got to do this quickly, because the fish is covering the game. I want to see it.
Things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
What is going on?
But he took it very seriously.
Wait for another fish. I got one.
I had hoped he'd find himself.
Where are we going?
But he found something more.
Oh, this is amazing. Now we've gone 3D. We've gone that sort of, what's it called? That not perpendicular view. Oh, there's a view. There's a name for it. I worried about him then. Daydreamer at the cannery.
I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee.
Yeah, model.
Tireless, focused.
Tireless and focused.
Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Oh, is that a little dog I've made a friend with? Do you know what? The backdrop here reminds me of...
On the edge of a city.
Firewatch.
Lewis-topia.
He named Lewis-topia. Okay.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
This is brilliant. This is like, oh, so many games I've played over the years. God Sim kind of games.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something.
This is bizarre. The right stick, if you haven't noticed this by now, is what I'm using to keep on chopping up the fish. But the left stick is what I'm using to control Lewis as he walks through his crazy world.
He spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him. But all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
So I'm now mayor of my little town.
Stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Oh God! Now we're in proper top-down God world.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis, beautiful.
He started drifting away from our reality.
I have to say, I think I'm doing a sterling job at steering and fishing.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Oh, that's genius.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
He's just out of it. He must, well, whatever it is, it's really good stuff, but...
In Louisburg, he heard rumours of a...
In Louisburg? Rumours of a... Oh!
handsome queen.
A handsome queen. A handsome queen or a beautiful prince? That can't be right. Usually, that's a bit of a mixture. Surely it's handsome prince and a beautiful queen.
The queen was on her own quest for...
Oh, what was she on a quest for? Sinister serpents or radiant rainbows? Oh, we're going rainbows.
Radiant rainbows.
I'm getting to tell the story now. This may well be the worst choice ever. I just knocked that rainbow over. I don't feel good about this. This is so difficult to do. Oh, no, I knocked another one. He followed her. He followed the sound of her, what? Silver harp or electric sitar? Let's go with the electric sitar. It's a beautiful sound.
Electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh, now it's full screen. I can't even see
He knew the world was
the blade that's cutting the fish. I have a feeling this is tragic. He knew the world was all in his imagination. I can't concentrate on him moving now. There's too many fish. I'm trying. I'm really trying. This is actually a lot harder than it looks.
But he was so proud of having created it.
Having to do this with two halves of my brain, actually.
He'd become something greater than a king.
Oh, look at this. It's gorgeous.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Whoa, what? What's going on? That's the Golden Palace door behind me, but yet I'm in the cannery. Nice.
He began to forget the world we know.
Oh, hello. This must be my locker. Wow.
I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker.
So he wasn't proud of what he did, or he found it very underwhelming. Spent most of his time in his own imagination.
Despise the man with a royal contempt.
Is this him? Oh god, he's not even doing it now. He's totally in his own mind. He's just an automaton. What have I got to go up to the great...
I thought I could save him.
Okay, I don't like this.
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
What's...
The palace would be packed with his companions.
Oh, they look like a happy bunch of chaps, don't they? Faceless, but happy.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
The wise Calico. My advisor. This has now elevated itself to one of the most interesting games I've ever played.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Okay. One thing left to do. What? Marry her? Oh.
Down his head.
Bend down my head to be crowned. No, you see, I can spot the shape of this. Oh God. This is a guillotine. Oh God. This isn't, no. Don't do it. He's done it. Yeah.
Rest, I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
I don't know why I found that funny, but I'm sorry, there's something wrong with me, but that was hilarious. Lewis.
I wish you could have met him.
Lewis. Alright. So Sanjay and Dawn. You're up next.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
Stop packing. We were going to leave this place?
Before we left to tell Edie.
I assume I just have to go up
I'm
now.
not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Edith and Mum.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Why? To Teach and to Learn by Dawn Finch. Edith's mum.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
What? Wow, we're about to reach, I think, the top of this house. Highest of heights.
It had to end one way or another.
Oh,
Enough now was to tell you about that last night.
Oh, I don't want this game to end. I don't know those of you that have been watching this feel the same way. Oh, I'd just walk around this house a few more times would be pretty cool. Happy 90th birthday. Oh, look. Is that me, Edie, and my mum? Okay, let's find out. Edith Finch.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
What? She's not leaving. Oh, okay, we're in control here. I'm not sure I want to be. I have to head towards the light. I can't see anywhere else to go to. Spirit among us, east of the sun and west of the moon.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance.
Oh, yes.
Or that Edie had a key to it.
I love this house. I never want to stop playing around it.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
The thing you're afraid of? What thing?
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
What?
Best if Edith and I leave tonight.
Dead because of the stories?
Home, send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
What? The History of the Finches by Edith Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh, God.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. No, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Can't see a thing. Cannot see a thing.
Turned around. I started seeing things.
Oh. Huh.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
I don't know where I'm looking. Okay, things I've forgotten had ever existed. What?
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Oh god, these are all old pieces of furniture from her house, her old house?
Maybe I came back to them.
And this was the day that Edith Finch, me, was born, apparently.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go!
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Why? What? Why?
I
Why?
never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Oh, she died that night.
I moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
Oh, have you ever done that? Stuck your hand out of a moving car. Really does make you understand how a plane
A few years
can fly. Oh. Do I have to blow on this?
my mom didn't like to talk about it.
I just have to shake it, I
But
think.
she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Oh, no.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
This game.
Last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
No. Is she about to give birth and I'm coming out as the... You are kidding me.
This journal was supposed to be for you,
God, I am.
but now I hope you'll never see it.
I'm being born.
I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
Oh, wow.
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Oh, God, no. Oh, God, and oh. And I still don't know. For Shirley Dallas. Oh, that was so good. Absolutely stunning. So beautifully made. Every one of these pictures as well. I think these are Are these the I think these are all of these people when they were kids. Thank you, all of you. You've made a cracking game here. Oh, that was such a good little twist. The Barbara story, so good. And there's the team, the Edith Finch team. You guys are amazing. Thank you for that amazing game. The end. I wish it wasn't. The replay a story option is now available, so I can go and play any of those options if I want to. So now we know how Edie died, but there still remains a mystery as to what exactly happened on that night. Well, I suppose one thing that we do know, I mean, we don't quite know what happened to Edie on her way out. That's very confusing. Edith, sadly, died very young, but I guess we now know the answer to what remains of Edith Finch. And it's simply her son. Guys, please hit the like button if you enjoyed this, and I will see you soon. I'm going to try and pick a slightly more uplifting game next time. That was superb, simply superb. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, all the best, and good night.